Hey guys, welcome back. I am Stu and this is From the Ashes for Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic Wacky Worlds expansion. An old park has fallen into disrepair. You gain a European Union grant to return this deprived area to its former glory. You need to renovate the park and repay the grant. Your objective: to repay a loan and achieve a park value of at least 150,000. So let's remember that this is meant to be in the expert section then. Doesn't sound very expert to me, but let's have a look then. Okay, so I can see that the park is very badly organized and very ugly. Let's look at that later. So let's do the basics then. Okay, so we're charging for admission. We've got plenty of rides, so I'll probably put that up to 40. And once we've got maybe a few more rides, the guests will pay that, no problem. Let's see what rides we've got. Couple of transport rides, decent selection of gentle rides, loads of coasters to begin with, some thrill rides, no water rides, and a load of shops. Well, considering we only need 150,000 in value, I think I'll just switch funding off. I'll just switch research off because we don't need anything else. We've got more than enough rides available to do 150,000. We've got a 20,000 loan. The interest is quite high. So let's have a look at how bad this park is then. Let's turn scenery off. Oh, hang on. There you go. So there's bits of path there that aren't connected. So, and I can just about see, I know scenery turned off, but you can just about see the shadow of a fence. Yeah. So we're going to have to connect those up. There's bits of path missing there. There's a path all the way around the outside with bits of path missing. Now, the smart thing to do would be just to block off that path, use no entry signs, or delete it. Because what's going to happen is the guests are just going to go wandering around there and they'll probably end up getting lost and stuck. But I'll probably fix it for now. Just to see where it is. There's loads of litter around the place, vandalized benches. Some of the rides look like the queue lines are way too long. Where were they? I did see some. These ones here, so I'll probably shorten those queue lines. We don't need queue lines that long. There's no path leading to that hat stall. Yeah, so quite a lot of issues then. There's loads of ugly scenery, but whilst it looks ugly to us, it won't look ugly to the guests. So we'll probably get some good bonuses for the ratings of all this scenery then. Okay, so the easiest way to do this would be just to delete all the rides and then make a nice sort of clear section here, spam a load of shuttles or something, because we've got, let's see, we can do shuttles with that, and that. We could easily do the 150 in a few months, but I think what we'll do is we'll just fix the park up a bit and then take it from there. So we're into July then. I've done a lot of fixing around the park. I've used this pathing to show the areas that I've added and fixed. So we've gone around. I've also given the rides a bit of a paint job as well. The ones that I've altered, like these ones here, for example, I've shortened the path, and then I've gone in and then I've just put like the inspection time down to 10 minutes and altered the settings to things I like to alter it to, and then I've given it a quick paint. Just change the colors just to something that I would pick, because a lot of them were all sort of very brownish, ones that I would never pick. So just by looking at them now, I can see that I've looked at them and I'm happy with how they've turned out. So this one, I haven't bothered with that one. I don't think this one can break down, so we haven't bothered changing that. Let's have a look. This coaster here, change that to 2 trains. It was on 3 trains. It's on block section, but I've just changed it to 2 because we're not going to get busy enough to warrant the extra trains. And to be honest, with the size of the station, I think 2 trains is going to be fine. So I've added a little brake run on the end and a block brake as well, just there, just to make it move through a bit better. Where's the mini coaster? So let's have a look at the stats on this one first. Decent stats. That'll add some good value to the park. Where's the mini coaster? Just over here. So it was missing some track. It was fairly easy to connect most of them up, but in the end what I decided to do was, there was a very, very slow section just where the car was just now, and so what I did is I just got rid of that and I shortened it as well, and then added this little break at the end, and then a little drop down back to the start. Decent stats on that. Added some shops and things around the place. There's quite a lot of guests on the outside wall, so I might end up putting no entry signs down at some point, because it will affect the rating, because they will start to get lost and stuck, or simply want to go home and they'll end up walking really, really slowly. But another thing as well is that there is a bit of a park value boost from the amount of guests going on your rides. So if you've got loads of guests stuck on the path around the park, you're not going to have those guests on the rides. You are going to suffer a little bit of value. Not that we're going to have an issue with this one. So I think what I'll do now is, we've got plenty of space for more flat rides. I'll just put a few more of those down, and then maybe at the end of the year we can look at building some coasters. October year 1, so we've put down some extra rides. We've got a park value of 76,000, so we just need to double that and we're going to pass it, but we do need to pay off that loan. So we've still got 20,000 loan. Interest rate is 25%, so we're paying 600 a month just on the loan interest. Guests starting to come in, money from the tickets, almost 7,000 last few months, so that's decent. So we've got more than enough money to put down a few cheap and cheerful coasters. We've got, let's have a look, what have we got? We've got Reverser, we've already got one of those. Looping coaster, we've got, that's a limb coaster, we've already got one of those, and the Impulse as well. So we can put down those ones, just something cheap and cheerful, get the guests in, get the park value up, and we'll see what we can do. July year 2, we need 150,000 park value. There's no time limit on the scenario. We've got 196 park value, 196,000, and we've got more than enough money to pay off the loan as well. So first coaster I built then, just a very simple Impulse coaster. Decent stats on that. Gone for 2 circuits just to boost the stats a little. Got it going just enough to go over the top. And then just over here, built a limb coaster. Nothing fancy, just comes out into like a half loop and then up and then back down. Is it going to launch? There you go. Nothing fancy, something cheap and cheerful. Decent stats on it. Just here then, we've got a looping coaster. Again, gone for a shuttle with this one. Just comes out, loop, around the bend, another loop, bends around and then up. And then same in reverse. Got the path and that sort of thing going over it just to help boost the stats a little bit, because the higher the excitement, intensity, nausea, the higher the park value will be. And then the last coaster of mine is this reverser coaster over here. I'd already done the park value by this point, but I just thought we'd put an extra one in just to look cool and give the guests something else to ride on. So it's very simple. It comes out, up a chain lift, around the bend, down into a reverser section. You need to have at least one reverser section on these coasters, otherwise it will give you a very harsh penalty on the excitement. So for example, this coaster, if I didn't have the reverser sections, it would probably come back with an excitement of about 1.5 maybe, but with the excitement it's an easy 6. So with the reverser it's an easy 6. So, and then it goes up then, up the main chain lift backwards, another couple of drops into the last reverse section just to get the point the right way around, and then brake run at the end. And that's that then. We got 22,000 in the bank. Get a nice shot of the guests so we can see a lot of balloons. Where should we go? Not a huge amount of balloons, I've got to be honest. I should have put down some more balloon stalls. A lot of sick around the place. I have got quite a few handymen. What have we got? We got 10. 4 mechanics. So there's more than enough. It's just the pathing on this is so complicated that it is a bit of a pain. What I have done is I've added first aid stalls at the end of the coasters. And I did block off the no entry sign, the path around the park as well. So, because when I built this first coaster, I noticed there was very few guests going on. There was at least 100 guests wandering around the path. So what I did is just put no entry signs down before the steps and then no entry signs at the top. That way, if they're walking around the path, they'll get caught in this little section between them and they'll have to come down, and then no other guests can go back on. So anyway, let's pass the scenario. Pay back the loan. There you go. So we've got park value just under 200,000. So it's just under 50 more than we need. And we've done it. Stew! Fantastic. It was a very easy scenario, that was. It shouldn't have been in the expert section. The only issue with this is, let's have a look. If you look at the landscaping, so there's some very high figures there. So where I've been clearing the areas for the coasters, there were some large scenery objects, some very large trees. See if we can, that looks like one there. So let's have a look, see if we can do it again. So at the moment, landscaping is on 0. Pretty sure this is what the result is coming from. Yeah, there you go. Landscaping 150. So these ones here, there was quite a lot of that we had to clear in order to give some space to build a coaster. So that's one thing that might catch people out, but I think it's quite simple. If you've got this far, you shouldn't have any issues with it. So I am Stu. This was From the Ashes. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.